Hello, I'm Lawson Bracewell. I'm an esoteric astrologer, which means that I'm interested in looking at people from the standpoint of consciousness. What does the chart mean when we look at it from the standpoint of what the soul intends for the life? What I'm going to do in this particular dramatization is the sign of Aquarius. So I'm going to act out as a character, an Aquarian, at 3 different levels of consciousness. The first being an average human being, going through their life as an Aquarian the best they know how. Then I'm going to make a motion like this, and I'm saying there's a shift in consciousness. Now this person is aware that they are both a soul and a personality, and they have choices in their life in terms of how they function. Then I'm going to go like this. And not only is the person aware that they're the soul, but they're controlled by the soul, and they're living their life as a world citizen. Oh, this is my world. This is a computer shop. It is the best, funkiest computer shop in Christchurch. People that come in here, I can tell you, I get these really funky old people who don't have a clue, and I just love to show them how to make their computer work. But I'm also really in with some of the hottest young people in Christchurch, the ones who are designing web pages and coming up with innovative programs. And, well, since we're being perfectly candid, I do a lot of drugs in the back room. Speed is that's my actual drug of choice, because then I'm just buzzing. You can probably tell from the tempo of the music. You know, I've got at least 5 different computers on the go, and I'm monitoring not only what I'm doing, but I'm monitoring this other guy that I'm employing as well. What is it about computers? Well, it just allows me to go into a world where first I'm in control, and then I'm discovering things all the time. It's the scientific, technological interface with a global mind. Oh, have you seen some of the new documentaries they're putting out? Fabulous. They're going into the life of tiny little microbes, and they're looking at them in terms of how they reproduce and how they communicate. Wow, they're as intelligent as human beings. You know, sometimes when I go to the bank and I get a mortgage, I say to them, look at my bank statement, look at my business, don't look at my clothes, don't look at my hairstyle. I'm turning a profit. This place is good, and I'm supporting not only my wife, but also her daughter by a previous relationship. I'm a responsible, upstanding, tax-paying member of Christchurch. Just because I happen to be a little bit different, my dreadlocks are a little bit long, and the people that I associate with, everyone doesn't necessarily like them. But I think we should all be tolerant of each other. Now, were you telling me that there was a meeting about our community? Oh gee, I forgot. Forgot about that. Oh right, I said that I would bring along some of the latest computer equipment I was going to donate. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I hate meetings. I think they're great, though, as an idea. I really wish that more people would get involved with the community. You know, people are a bit of a bother. You never know, you know. They sit and yak and yak and yak, and what do they do? And I don't know that I really believe in a lot of what other people think about in terms of philosophy. It's, you know, really we're all in it for ourselves. Well, but on the other hand, this is a group. I really believe in groups. Well, I think the most exciting thing that I'm into is that I sort of got swished up. You know, I sort of cut off my hair and updated my costume, and I actually went into a very, very normal lifestyle. You know, big banks were my customers, mega international corporations were my customers. Well, I was selling them software, some of the latest software in terms of educational materials, so that, you know, they wouldn't have to send their employees off to, you know, weekend workshops in faraway resorts. They can just front up at the headquarters and sit in front of their laptops and be taken through their training programs. Seemed pretty boring at the time. A lot of people said, you know, how do you marry the first one with the second one? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've now got a wonderful little racket going where I'm using money that was going to the fat cats, and it's now funding a program which is bringing education into the home of every poor child in South Africa. They don't need classrooms. They don't need teachers. They can independently become trained, conscious, productive human beings and be the future of South Africa. That's what it was all about in terms of making the shift. Yes, now I'm a part of the United Nations, looking at what it really means when we're talking about global brain. We just need to look at content, and that's what I'm involved with. Global brain is not just about sharing a lot of information. Global brain is about awakening the intuition. Most of the education is about consciousness, and the consciousness that comes from the heart. I think the breakthrough for me was when I began to understand that the heart is a brain. It's not just either a physical heart or the heart center, which is love. But the heart is an intelligence that supports the mind. And the programs that I'm running through the United Nations have to do with supporting the heart, elevating the consciousness, and thereby providing a sound basis for global thinking about global problems.